Hello Procrastinator, Sam here, and today I'm going to be doing a live discussion and reaction to the Sonic Movie 3 deleted scenes. It was just released digitally, and there is deleted scenes and bonus features that has been released, and like I did with movie 2 and with movie 1, I want to do a reaction to those. So let's jump right in. We're going to have a live discussion with my audience. We're going to be doing this live at the same time, so this is kind of a new setting for me, but we're going to see how it goes, and let's just jump right in. Alrighty.
This movie, at the heart, it's joy, relationships, connection, and amazing characters.
We got to talk about this immediately. What am I looking at? What is this, dude? It is so interesting. So these are puppets? They did puppets too. I know James Marsden talked about with movie 1 how at first he had to just talk to like a tennis ball, and then in movie 2 they moved to like more sculptures, and I guess for movie 3 they had actual puppeteering happening for them.
He's getting into his teenage years now, so he's spreading his wings a bit.
So they really are aging him up. That's
it's
good.
Great to see that dynamic and how he plays off Maddie. And
isn't he great? Tika and I were sort of messing around because we have this playful dynamic with our characters in general.
That's actually really good to know that, like, even on set, even Jim Carrey, who's worked on so many movies, says that working on this set is really funny
and
really fun.
His family can create this big spectacle, but it doesn't really mean anything if you don't care about the characters.
Tom, Maddie,
they got that right, and they understand that more than anyone, which is great. Hey, no, that was great. That was a really fun video. Just showcases the love and the fun they have behind the scenes. So many. That's the constant with everyone working on this movie. All the main actors saying that they're having fun, and I think that's super important. For what shows up on the screen. Yeah, this is actually important. I actually really wanted to see this one.
This company I work for was hired to create animation for that game. And so that was my first exposure to Shadow, was actually getting to animate the character and to work on that first game of his.
Isn't that awesome?
Going head to head.
Like that he worked on the original game. And
I didn't want to go too low with Shadow because Knuckles is there. Understood. And I didn't want to go too high because Ben and Sonic are there. So trying to find that's
actually interesting.
Spot of the voicing and the emotion was hard work. So
he did research, and it's actually cool because he's talking about how like deep Shadow got. So what that tells me is he listened to his voice in SA2, and he heard Jason Griffith's Shadow, and he probably, because Jason Griffith's Shadow, I believe, is like the deepest Shadow's voice really goes when you think about Shadow voices. So yeah, it's interesting that he actually listened to all of them, and he tried to find a balance of like kind of incorporating all of them while also trying to find his own place, while also not going too deep.
Filming Sonic 1, we were basically talking to tennis balls.
Oh my god, dude, that puppet is insane.
Sonic Tales.
We made the pools specifically to land chows on fire.
Dude. Dude, I love it. I don't know why. Just the shot of like all the chow freaking out is really
pools. We made the pools
funny to me.
Specifically built massive sets to get it all in.
Wow,
our biggest
that looks
set
incredible.
On stage 2, really made it warm and full of life. And we come back 50 years later.
Wow,
that has gone. And
that is
tonally, this place is completely different.
That is something that, you know, and again, I guess, you know, it's something that you know, but you don't really think about too much as you're watching. But the fact that they had to make essentially 2 versions of this set, the set production, the fact that they had to make one from the 70s, one that is clean, works, and then they had to destroy it for this aspect 50 years later. It's just so cool. And again, I think it goes to show importance of the fact that like this is why these movies succeeding is a good thing, right? So about 122 million. Okay, so about 122 million was about the budget for this movie. So yeah, just that increase in budget from like 90 to 122 million, it adds so much. I'm really grateful that Paramount's hard work, Jeff Fowler's hard work, and the hard work of everyone who was part of this. The fact that this movie made over 420 million now, it paid off. It paid off, and it shows that when you pour money into it and you give it more stuff, it will succeed, and it will do better, and it will be rewarded.
The first time Sonic and Shadow fight was one of the first that we storyboarded.
Oh, wow.
I gotta ask, want to hedgehog to another?
Oh, wow, this is cool.
Your highlights.
Bringing in Shadow just amped everything up.
Whoa! Wait, I gotta see that again. Again, I really like the behind the scenes, early animation and stuff like that. I really like that. Wow, that's interesting. They just look so cool.
Amped everything up.
Shadow's unlike anything Sonic's faced before. He's stronger, faster, and a better fighter than Sonic.
Dude,
whoa.
I'm standing right here.
I sat down with the team, and everyone had the same look in their eye of like, and everyone had the same look in their, and everyone had the same.
Oh, Shadow had a real gun in the. Oh my God, he got it. They kind of gave him a real gun in the. Okay, interesting choice. I'm happy they kept the gun overall. You know, it doesn't have to be real, but that is really cool that they, even from the get-go, they're like, they knew they had to incorporate this somehow. You know what I mean?
Everyone had the same look in their eye of like, we got to bring it, and we got to really deliver the fans something special for this.
We don't know if it's Godzilla or Hello Kitty down there, but as long as we stick together, there is nothing we can't handle.
Whoa. Yo, we got the rigs?
From the early days, it was just swinging for the fences and coming up with awesome set pieces that would really showcase all these incredible powers.
That is cool.
We just have some monumental moments.
Hey, dangerously weaving through traffic is my thing.
Dude, wow. Dude, that is, they.
Dangerously weaving through traffic is my thing.
Chat, okay, hold on. Am I going crazy? Maybe I'm going crazy. Is that literally like the Shadow 05 model? Am I going wild? Am I going like cuckoo crazy? That looks like it's straight out of Heroes and Shadow 05. Is that the Shadow 05 model? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy if that's real. I mean, do you think Jeff Fowler had this on hand? Do you think he already had that in his files from working on the 05 game? Interesting. That's cool. I'll have to look, like, hopefully we'll see more of this. But yeah, guys, I think they literally had the Shadow 05 model when doing the concept. That looks very much like it. That's cool. We got a closer look at it. That looks very much like the Shadow 05 model. Because it doesn't even look like it's on model with the movie universe. Like, it looks like the amount of spikes there, too, are the amount he has in the games. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, you know, either Jeff Fowler just had this rig on hand from when he worked on Shadow 05, or if Sega possibly gave it to them just to kind of give them an idea. You know what I mean? Kind of wild. That's kind of wild.
Coming through.
Whoa.
Why are you running away? We were just getting started. Watch out!
Wow.
There's so much thought that goes into all of the planning. We always want to bring in some surprises. Shadow is riding a motorcycle up a building in Tokyo as Sonic is taking shots at him, and it's awesome and so exciting.
It's one of my favorite sequences. I love the attitude between them. It sets up that amazing relationship between Sonic and Shadow and that conflict that's going to occur through the rest of the movie.
Yeah, they planned that Akira slide day one. They planned it so early on. They said, dude, this is going to be gas. That's awesome.
Shadow takes out Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in this incredible way. And it sets the stage for a movie where Team Sonic's going to be challenged like they never have been before.
When has that ever stopped me?
Wow. That's incredible, dude. That is my favorite stuff to see. And the idea that they possibly had the Shadow 05 model on hand, is so interesting because it looked just like it. Okay, now we got some deleted scenes. Whoo! Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Bay Arthur cake. Alrighty, let's do it. Let me hire this up. Go full screen. Here we go. Wow. All right.
This cake is so delicious. I literally cannot stop
nice voice.
eating it. But who is the gray-haired wizard?
What?
That's B. Arthur.
What?
Apparently, the bakery was confused too.
What? Oh, that's, is there a joke that I'm like, is there a joke I'm missing? Maybe chat, I need somebody to explain it. Oh, be Earth. Oh, be Arth. Oh, because be Earth Day looks like be Arthur. Okay. I can see why they cut the joke. I can see why they cut it. Because I'm not the only one who's confused. I was like, wait, I don't understand. Got it. Got it. This is why we got the chat. Okay.
Hey,
wait, they're
right
in
there.
disguise. This is what I'm talking about. Every time I mention, like, there's the scenes that are different. In the movie, they already escaped by the time Gunn got there. But in this, they were still there. They just wore disguises. That is... Wow. Okay, let's continue.
Hey, stop right there!
My kid loves you guys.
What?
Want to get a selfie?
What?
Perfect.
What? Bro. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, chat, I'm going to be the first to say I'm actually so happy they cut this scene. And I'm going to explain why right now. Imagine this scene plays.
Gun has ever built. You're the only one I trust to keep it safe.
Imagine this scene plays.
Commander Walters.
Commander Walters dies, and then we go here. And Walters would just be laying right here dead. Like, yeah, I'm happy they cut that. I'm happy they cut that. And actually, this does bring up a discussion, right? Because people, one critique a lot of like fans would have too, and not even just fans actually, a lot of people have is like, they like the serious bets. I do too, but there are moments in the movie where it jumps to goofy really quickly and it kind of kills the tone. And it kind of felt like they were not confident enough to fully stay in that seriousness. They weren't sure. Like people would drive with it, but people were. But what happened is the goofy bits when they were in the movie sometimes felt like they took away from those moments. So this would have been a great example of that. I actually wouldn't have liked it for them to like kind of be doing this, and Walters just died. Like their commander just died, and my guy has the Chow phone case. Take it like he looks like this. Your bro just died. Like, I'm happy they kept this look when they escaped. So they did make it in the movies in some ways, but it is funny. What is this about? Let's see.
He's also become a very big fan of telenovelas after his multiple surgeries in Mexico.
Huh?
He broke every bone and punctured every organ in his body.
Oh! Oh, this is all... Oh, he actually fell. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so... Oh my god.
Stem cells aren't covered by my insurance, but it doesn't matter anymore. My days of evil doing are over. I'm just another streamer, fishing for subs.
What?
Trying to sell tickets on the Ad Eggman hype train.
What? I feel called out. I feel called out right now. Genuinely, I feel called out. I'm not gonna lie. Why they have to do me like that? That's crazy. Why? Yeah, no, that, so actually, I'm not gonna lie. This is, so I understand why some of this was cut. I kind of wish they did lean into, Stone saving Robotnik after the last movie. Because there is some people that was like, how did he survive? Now, for me, who plays the games, I don't really care. Because, like, I never question how Eggman came back. You know what I mean? We've seen Eggman explode. We've seen him lose. And he'll come back in the next game. So I never question it. I never question it in these movies either. But we saw with Stone playing as the gun soldier in the end of the movie too. This kind of would fit into like how he saved Robotnik. But yeah, it is interesting that like after it's all said and done, he actually saved Robotnik. Seeing this scene, Ivo and Gerald bonding. So this is going to be funny because I actually did say on my review that this cutaway gag was actually, it wasn't bad, but it was the one that it didn't really make me laugh. It was like, I felt like it was trying to make me laugh, but it didn't. It was like when Gerald and Ivo like were bonding in VR. It kind of felt like a bit cringe, but let's go into what this one's like. Let's see. What in the what? What? Bro. What is going on? What? I understand why they cut that scene. I actually I understand. I think that that took away from the movie. It was very random. Just a bit far, just a bit too far, too in the realm of goofy. Interesting though. Interesting to see like they had even more planned for that flashback. Very cool. All right, so we got deleted Ivo live stream. Uh-oh, you know what? I'm going to leave the chat on for this one. We got an Ivo live stream. Let's see what this is like.
Cheers, my ever-swilling stream of toadies.
So wait, this one's gonna call back. It's funny, I got Miley hat here. We got the okay. So this was gonna call back to him being a streamer, which is so funny.
Cheers, my ever-swilling stream of toadies. It is I, Huevo Diablo.
Oh my god.
And Gerald, my long-lost grumpy grandpappy.
Bro.
Say buenos dias, mi abuelito.
Dude.
What the 10th circle of hell are you talking to? My
what?
Heads. The unwitting live stream of Team Robotnik. Nobody. Welcome to
Nobody.
the reveal. I hope you can deal with all this Riz.
What? He said Riz?
BTW, we just passed 10,000 followers. Excuse me while I monetize. Most energy drinks just promise to get you through the day.
Oh my god. Babies want it?
Put your Aunt Nancy's big old underpants on a donkey and ride it to the mall just to lick the handrail of an escalator. Drink it and go.
What the hell? Dude, they made like a prime joke. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy they cut that. Again, it would have been yet another thing that took away. I get it. But this is funny. Eggzone Ultra, Snacky Josh, RoboFan? What the heck? Yeah. By the way, I really like the alert. It's just an egg with the devil horns. I like this alert system. Can I get this? Yo, can I get this? He has 905k viewers. Excuse me. Also, why does this this fake Twitch UI looks better than the real Twitch UI? This here, this is the biggest shot at Prime I've ever seen. Babies want it. Damn. As funny as that is, I actually am happy they cut that. That took it away. That took away that, like, that is a minute of like not dealing with the plot. You know what I mean? Oh. Bro. What?
As a child, I received no guidance at all. No training in teamwork.
That's touching. Save it for your one-man show.
Great idea, Gramps. I think I'm beginning to feel seen.
Huh. So that's interesting, yeah, because they originally hid in these picture frames in the final movie. Kind of cut this out. It just I felt unnecessary.
I'm beginning to feel seen.
Interesting.
Oh, that was fire, Gran Torino.
Of course it was. I'm a Robotnik. We boogie oogie oogie till we just can't boogie no more.
According to the comments, subscribers agree. Except
again
at Zitsby Poppin, who writes, the Museum of Ancient History called. They want their fossil back. I think that's about you, old head.
Oh yeah? That's Zitsby Poppin?
They're doing...
If I'm a fossil, your mom's a paleontologist.
Ah!
She digs me.
Ah!
And you're gonna be living in her basement till you're 45.
We should leave before we get flagged.
Gladly.
Okay. So they continue the streamer jokes. They completely took that out for the entire movie. I like that. I really am happy they did. I think genuinely. No, they're not calling me out. Chad, that's so mean. How dare you? Okay, I'm 27. It would have been even more jarring just to have that constant back and forth as they progressed every Eggman scene. I can see why they cut that out. They really had a whole subplot. And we just didn't know about it. They completely cut it out. Another live stream joke. Wow. This really would have been a whole thing. Okay, let's see it.
We've successfully established our tactical position in the Earth's orbit. And we're getting hella popular. Welcome, all those self-streamers, to our new family podcast, Dos Locos Huevos Sandiablados, sponsored by Berserk Energy Drink.
Bro.
One sip of Berserk.
Again?
You'll pile up so many kills playing Fortnite, you'll try to turn the controller on yourself and have to be treated for post-traumatic
Smurf disorder.
Drink it and go. You're gonna need something to face the impending wrath of the Eclipse Cannon.
Whoa, early animation.
Spoiler alert.
No, I am so thankful they cut that out. But it's funny and good that we still saw it and it lives on here. But that goes to show that it was a good thing to cut, because they completely cut this whole subplot and it changed absolutely nothing about the film. It also takes away from the seriousness of the matter. It's a serious thing, because also keep in mind, when in the movie, when we are in this room, this is also a very close area in the movie where we get the backstory for Shadow and we see Maria's death. So if we saw Maria's death and it cut back to this, or this happened before that, it just wouldn't have worked. That is actually, this actually shows me a lot of those concerns of people worried about the goofiness or the cringes taken away from it. That goes to know that someone on the inside already raised those concerns and they actually listened for the most part. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all the cut content for Sonic Movie 3. And I gotta say, like, it's so interesting to see what was cut. And I think the more interesting thing for me was seeing the development of this movie and how different it is compared to movie 1, movie 2. Them utilizing that bigger budget, making those giant sets to create the game world, to create like the Eclipse Cannon, to create Eggman's Lair, and just bringing it up another level. Seeing Jeff Fowler and the attention to detail he goes into making these movies, the fact that he talks about his history working on Shadow 05, and the fact that we could see in this early animation just how much work that goes into it, using the puppeteers so the actors have something to really resonate with, when they're acting. To see, like, for example, like from the get-go, they had Shadow using a gun and actually shooting a real gun. They seemingly have what looks like the Shadow 05 model in these early animations. So they were taking stuff literally straight from the games. And the attention to detail they're going in with the animations, because I already said it in my review, the budget for the animations alone, the characters look amazing. It looks like every scene they put so much detail into their facial animations and how they act and how they react to the world around them. A lot more detail than the other movies. With that said, this is amazing. This is incredible. And I'm just so happy that this universe has grown. This movie is now the most successful Sonic movie. And it really goes to show that I hope even for movie 4, we bring it to the next level. And yeah, incredible stuff. This was such a treat to see. And real quickly, I do want to go over some of the concept art for the movies here. I know there's probably gonna be some we're missing. This stuff is still coming out, so as the studios that worked on it, they're gonna be adding this stuff to this portfolio over time. But I do want to talk about a little bit of this. So it looks like there's gonna be like a segment of this giant ball rolling down London, chasing after Knuckles and Tails. Very interesting subplot. Nothing of that ever happens in the movie. Next, we got this. So this is very interesting, and this is something I did talk about in my review, but we did have an early storyboard for the final act of this movie leak, I think over a year ago, well before this movie came out. And it looked like at one point, the story was going to be based with time travel. And as you could see, you know, Gerald and Eggman were going to have a full-on fight scene with like lasers, and it looks really cool. But instead, we kind of went with that awkward Mantis fight, which I didn't really like that much. You guys can watch my review about that scene. But if you guys can see in the background here, the laser, the Eclipse Cannon, is shooting at Earth and is actually destroying the Earth. It is actually making contact with the Earth and destroying the Earth. And I believe my headcanon is what they were going to do is they're going to have time travel where they go back in time and prevent this from happening. Like the Earth was going to get destroyed. But seemingly, my headcanon is they decided to take out the time travel element out of the story, possibly for movie 4 with Metal Sonic, which we could talk about right here because this is very interesting. It looks like, yeah, early on, they were thinking about having Metal Sonic in the movie and maybe having like a bad future where it's just Eggman took over. He took over the Earth. So I'm happy they kind of reserved a possibility they reserved this storyline for movie 4 where time travel is an element and he has to defeat Metal Sonic to give probably Metal Sonic 2 his own movie in a sense. And yeah, I guess this goes into that whole thing with the world being destroyed. We have a giant, it looks like possibly, yeah, like water or like, I don't really know what's going on here. Actually, this looks like sand, not water, but sand. You got scorpions here on Knuckles, and yeah, very interesting to see that stuff cut out. But I do love the concept art. The personality is really shining through on the characters. I really like that. Next, we got Amy, and this is interesting. This is very interesting. So that I believe this and this are probably the same world. You know what I mean? Just the background looks like desolate, absolutely destroyed. But it looks like we got an egg robo, the exact egg, like a mass-produced egg robo from movie 2. We got this with Knuckles and Sonic interrupting Eggman, watching the soap opera. This time, they got Will Ferrell in the soap opera. Now that is a choice. That would have been, I know exactly why they cut that out. Or they just did not go with it. That would have been another A-list celebrity to buy so much money to be thrown toward Will Ferrell just for 60 seconds of screen time. We got this concept art, which we already talked about in our video, but in the child guard, I love Sonic here. Looks incredible. I like Tails. This is awesome. Love it. Love it. This is an interesting shot. So this is when they're camping. But yeah, no, very interesting shot here of the gang. We got the next one here where we got Knuckles. Yeah, so this is when they're going through that black hole. This one is such a cool shot. Interesting though. So yeah, so it looks like the arc is already exploding, but Shadow is by Sonic. He is perfectly safe. Gerald and Shadow. This is when, yeah, they were tied up, but this is supposed to be in the old gun base, but they're in what looks like an old library or something here. Very interesting. Obviously they decided to change it to a setting that's more in line with the universe. Very cool. I love this shot. I love this shot. This is a great shot of Shadow and Maria. Very cool. This was literally one-to-one recreated in the movie, so they did an amazing job capturing this in live action. They did great. They did great. Now this is interesting. This is an interesting thing to talk about here. So this kind of reminds me of the games. Now the interesting prospect with this image that some people in the chat were mentioning is that this could be a dream sequence, or it could be when Shadow's on the moon with Sonic and it's reminding him of when he was looking at the stars with Maria. Interesting is probably not like an actual scene then. I guess that would make more sense, the fact that Maria can't breathe in space. So I guess it would make sense that it's probably a dream sequence of him imagining what it was like when he was like at the stars with Sonic. I actually kind of do wish that stayed in the movie then, because I do feel like, as I mentioned in my review, that scene where Shadow switches, becomes good, was a bit quick. So yeah, I do feel like this may have been needed, but interesting to see it in concept. We have this next concept, I guess, of when Eggman was in Mexico. Like escaped in Mexico, which is very interesting. Got a whole lot of brands here. They had a lot of brand deals set up. They were ready for it. And what did they stop for groceries on the way? Like, that is interesting. Okay, we got this one here of Shadow and Sonic fighting, and this is once again showcasing, like in the other concept art, the arc shooting and hitting the Earth. So Eggman would have won. He would have destroyed the Earth, and there would have been a time travel element in all of this. Oh god, this is so badass. We got Eggman and Gerald fighting together to defeat Gun as they steal the key. I really wish they actually did this. I do think that is one thing I do hope they lean into, or even by Jim Carrey on, is not every scene needs to be funny or goofy. I would like if they were to have some badass moments. I think if Gerald and Robotnik had a badass scene, that'd be so cool. And then we got this one, which pretty much made it in the movie. It's when Sonic and Shadow are fighting in Shibuya, except we got Knuckles and Tails, who were part of that fight. They were not sidelined yet. But yeah, it's very interesting to see all this concept art. It's very interesting to see what was kept, what made it into the movie, and how things have changed as they continue to make it. I think what was cut was fair enough, and in the end, the movie is still amazing, and I really like what we got. I really like what we got, and yeah, nothing much else to say outside of that. I'll just say thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for joining in on this new format. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll definitely do more community discussion and bring you guys in on discussion for this type of videos. But yeah, Sonic Movie 3 is now out digitally. If you guys want to see it, obviously definitely recommend buying it, supporting this movie. Again, as we've seen from this behind the scenes, these movies being successful, that budget goes a long way. They go into putting back in these movies, increasing the budget, making them even bigger, better. And I hope with movie 4, they don't feel discouraged. They don't feel that syndrome with the fact that it's like sequelitis. I hope they continue to make them even bigger, even better. And I hope as they continue to add more characters, they have Metal Sonic coming in, they have Amy coming in, they have hopefully other characters like Silver coming in. I hope they don't feel discouraged. I hope they continue to add to it, add to the budget. So yeah, support the movie. If you haven't seen it in theaters, it probably still is in theaters in your area. Go out and see it in theaters first. Buy it digitally. And yeah, amazing. I liked it. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. See you later, procrastinators.